pouring dark. Back from the dead is a miracle, doc. They counted me out. Moment of truth, counting it down. Underdog story was down for the count. Back on my feet, back with a mic, back on the beat, back with a family, then bang in the streets. The game on lock, I stand with a key. Standing my ground, I am planning to flee. Standing my ground, I am planting my feet. Taking a stand, embracing my destiny, shaking his hand, flipping the script.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a combination of Thursday Night CrossFit Talk and the Versus series on Sunday night. None of the titles make sense, but we're here having a good time, and we're so super stoked to have with us the winner of the Community Heat at the 24.3 announcement at Proven Headquarters, Rachael Skinner. Rachael, how you doing?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
So it's been a while since they've done the Community Heat. They brought it back. There were a lot of people going into it going, oh gosh, we got to go through a Community Heat before we get to see the elites. But you took the stage and like rocked it out.
Yeah, I like gymnastics, so I have a background of competitive gymnastics. So obviously the workout was leaked, so we all knew it before we even went out there. Like when I got interviewed, I already knew it. So I was pretty excited, but I also just kind of went into it like, I'm not here to die. I'm just here to enjoy it, take my time, look around, probably never gonna do it again in my life.
So I want to back up a couple steps. So how do you get chosen to be one of the 4 that could take the floor on an announcement?
Yeah, so I think part of it is you just know the right people, and then those people know the right people. But I met Jeff Pilon. He's like the founder of Rise, which is like how I got to go there. And so we met Heather Lawrence. Do you know who she is?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we met Heather Lawrence at Wadapalooza, I guess it was literally last year, 2023. And so we talked to her a while, and I guess since then, like her and Jeff have been talking about it, and she was like completely on board. And I originally thought that I was just gonna get interviewed, and not like I didn't even know they were gonna have a Community Heat. So when she called me, I guess it was the Monday or Tuesday before the announcement. I was just thinking she was gonna just ask me to interview, and then she asked me to do the workout, and I was like, are you serious? So I was also like the only Rise athlete that like lives in Tennessee, so it just made sense.
So what is Rise?
That's a great question. It's a nonprofit organization that was founded by Jeff. We're all like, I've been there like since he's been trying to start it and stuff. So it was Aaliyah Miller. I know you know her. And it's just it's still kind of in the phase, I think, of like developing, but it's basically a platform where you can like pay a membership. It's probably like, I think it's $20 or something, and you have access to like all these different resources, like nutrition, like mental performance coaching type stuff, financial stuff. Like they're still adding stuff to it and kind of developing it, I'm pretty sure.
So if I can sum it up, I'm gonna try, and if I'm way off base, stop me. It sounds like it's a resource like nonprofit to help athletes who maybe aren't your Tias and your Justins.
Yeah, they're like your everyday athletes that are like competitive, but they're not like semifinals or games maybe, right? But like also people from semifinals are, I'm sure, involved, like Aaliyah, right? So
yeah. Because all those things are like would be great resources if you're trying to make semifinals but on your own you may not be able to pull it all together.
For sure. And just like, I think he wanted it to be a platform for like females, like women specifically. I think his daughter went through some stuff and she didn't have the resources and things that she needed, so he wanted to create that. And I mean, he's in this space, so people involved in CrossFit, weightlifting. He has like I don't know what it's called. Like when you're not karate, but when you're like fighting. You know what I'm talking about?
Jiu-jitsu?
Yes. I'm not even gonna try and say it because I can't. But that.
Well, cool. So you get picked to perform. You don't know you're going to perform. What are your initial thoughts? Like, you're going to be doing this in front of 100,000 people on the stream, however many people they can pack into Proven. Have you ever competed in front of an audience that big before?
No. I remember I dog sit a lot, right? So, I live in Clarksville, and so I dog sit a lot in like Nashville and Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, and I was in Nolensville at the time dog sitting, and like I'll go to CrossFit Nolensville a lot when I'm there. And I was like sitting on their couch, and she called me, and I just like could not speak. Like words just did not even come out of my mouth. I was like, I promise I'm here. I just can't speak. I was so surprised, but I was like, heck yeah, like I want to do this. Like I've been seeing I don't know if you've seen the posts where it's like you like from the scores, like your score is like someone else's like dream score. And so I'm like, this opportunity is like someone else's dream opportunity to do. So I was like, I have to do it.
Of course. Like, yeah. Like, you hit this workout in a way that really blew people away. And so did going into it, are you a good enough CrossFitter where you're confident in your abilities, no matter what was thrown at you, you'd be okay?
Um, I will say I'm glad it was the last workout. Or like that was the workout. Like I'm not a fan of I guess you could say simple CrossFit, just like rowing and wall balls. Like I do not like I hate it. But like anything like heavyweight, high skill, anything harder the better, honestly. But yeah.
And that comes from your gymnastics background, of course.
100%. Yeah, I don't like machines necessarily, but I'm also pretty short, so I'm not exactly built for wall balls and rowing, for example.
So how tall are you? Because Jamie's
I'm
on
like
the slighter edge too.
5'1". So I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
even
short.
shorter than me. Yeah.
So I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to play the start of this whole thing. All right.
Okay.
So here we are. Boz doing a little countdown.
2, 1, go.
And they are off. We are looking for this first part to get to 100 reps between the thrusters and the chest to bar pull-ups before that.
So initially for me, when he said 1, my adrenaline would be so high, I would be sprinting for the barbell and do the first set of 10 in like 3 seconds.
Mhm.
How did you just casually walk up to the bar?
Well, like I said, like I was just I don't know, like I think this is too just kind of like the season I'm in with CrossFit. Like, I think about like this time last year, like I'm definitely was way more just like dialed in with everything, and I probably would have gone balls to the walls for it, but like I'm just in a season of life, like I'm about to graduate college in May where like I'm just here to have fun. Like I'm not here to die this or like, push that hard this season. I'm just there to have fun and enjoy it.
So your technique looks flawless.
Thanks.
Is there anything you would have changed after you were done?
I mean, no, I don't know. I say I probably wouldn't have if I were doing this like at my gym, like at Friday Night Lights, I would not have like intentionally just stopped and looked around or probably taken my time as much just because like I'm at my gym. I'm not out there on the floor with everyone.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like I just wanted to soak it in.
So walk us through what happens. You show up at Proven. Like, was there anything? Did you have to be there early the day before? Anything like
Yeah,
that? What was kind of the protocol?
So I actually came Wednesday. I didn't have to be there Wednesday. But Wednesday I just like came to like ride a bike at Proven and honestly just kind of like see what it was gonna be like. And I think they were like had rehearsals and stuff like all day. Like it's a production. Like they're like putting people and stuff where they need to go and everything and like running through so many times. Like it's crazy. And anyway, so that and then Wednesday night we all had a dinner. It was at Fifth and Taylor. I don't know if you know that in Nashville, but it's a pretty like ritzy, like high-end place, but they closed the whole restaurant for us. It was a private dinner, and I think there were 75 people there from like the CrossFit, like HQ staff, like obviously us that were doing the workouts, but like Danielle Brandon was there, the Buttery Bros were there, Brooke and Sydney, Jay, and I think her name's Matilda. That could be total, or maybe Maddie. No, I think it's
Maddie
Maddie.
Sturt.
Yes, her. I mean, Dave, Adrian, like everyone was there. Brian Friend, like it was crazy. I was just like looking around, and I'm like, everywhere I look, I had to do like a double take, just like, is this real? So yeah.
So I'm taking dinner was on them.
Oh yes, it was. The way so like they had like gosh, probably like four just long tables. And I mean, everyone just sat where they wanted to sit. So like I was at a table where like the Buttery Bros were, and it was like Nick and Taylor Williamson, and then Jay, Maddie, Brooke, the other athletes that did the community heat with me. And it was just like so casual. Like everyone was just like it was crazy. I still can't believe it happened.
So I take it you're just as much of a fan as you are an athlete.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I am. But then again, like I also remind myself like they're just people, right? They're really no different than me. They're just people.
Did you get any chance to like warm up with them or talk with the other athletes at all?
Oh yeah. Like so on Thursday we had to be there at 9 a.m. to like get our clothes and everything. And then we had to like do rehearsals and then I mean everyone just kind of like hung out until probably like I don't know, 12:30 or 1, like, we didn't actually start, like, warming up or moving, but until then, we all just kind of, like, hung out and talked, and, I talked with Ariel a little bit, or, like, I feel like I was around her more, but she's literally the sweetest person, like, if she like, if there was one athlete that I was, like, low key, like, I'm a fangirl now, it's Ariel. She is so nice.
She's the best.
Oh, yes.
Truly the best. Did you give Roman any advice?
I did not talk to Roman. I was like, I can't talk to him. He looks very intimidating. But we were back there warming up, and then I remember I just like turned around and there was like Rich Froning just standing there. I was like, what? Like all these people just keep showing up. Like Meme for Time was there, Craig Ritchie was there. Like I feel like everybody was there.
Everybody but us.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Next time. Make sure you get us on the list.
Yes.
So you get a taste of this whole thing. Like doing an open announcement is such an honor for an elite athlete. And
Yeah.
you got to do that. Like, and as a fangirl and all that kind of stuff, like it's so cool. What did this trip any wires that you want to be a competitive athlete?
It's funny you asked that because my answer is probably not going to be what you expect it to be. If anything, like I don't know, like probably since December, like I've just kind of been like, is this something that I really want to do or like really like want to try and be like a competitive athlete? Like my goal would just be make semis, right? Like I do not want to go to the games. Like honestly, like that is not something I want to do. I just want to make semis and then be done with it. But honestly, like after doing that experience, like it didn't really change anything. I'm like, this is like if this is kind of like what you're working towards, and like I've already experienced it, like where I'm at, like I don't know if it's worth like trying to get back there for that, which
Because it is a
probably
huge
a different
commitment.
response than most people, but
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge commitment on some levels, but you
yeah,
have people like Carolyn Prevo who work a full-time job and go to
exactly.
the games. You have Ariel, who is a mom, only does a couple hours a day.
Mhm.
It can be done in a variety of ways, but what's your major in college, and is that something that you're more excited about?
Yeah, so my major is human and health performance, and then I have a concentration in sports and wellness. And so, right now I have a bunch of nutrition clients, and I've started doing some like CrossFit gymnastics clinics around the gyms in like Nashville. And honestly, like the nutrition stuff has kind of like taken over like where I put my energy just because like that's something I'm really passionate about. And I mean, I'm happy that that like if you asked me, gosh, like 4 years ago, what I would be doing, I would probably say like being like helping people with nutrition, and I'm doing it. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great to find your dream and go after it,
Yeah.
and not everybody's dream's the same.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy how like my perspective and stuff has changed with CrossFit. Like now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to do quarterfinals, which is so crazy for me to say that. Like, I mean, I just don't know that I'm like necessarily in it right now. Seasons of life change, and that could be different next year.
Well, it was exciting watching you. And we're
Thank
so
you.
glad you could jump on with us. Jamie, do you have any other questions?
No, I love the community. I'm glad they brought that back. It
Yeah.
was, I'm sure tons of people were thankful that you were there. And you were probably still like way better than most, but it's nice to have that like, okay, here's somebody that isn't quite an elite, but like gives me an idea of how to attack this workout.
Yeah, for sure. You had definitely had like a good mix of everyone. Like me, maybe not, I mean, probably not close to semis, right? But like, I think last year I was like 190th in the East for individually. So like still a big jump to make now that it's 40.
Yeah.
But then you had like adapted athletes and like scaled. So you had like a good mix of everyone.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, I
great.
thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Last question is, you came within 2 reps of finishing the workout. How loud did that place get as you were trying to get those last few reps?
It was really loud. Like, it was just like, literally just, like, electric. Like, that's the only thing I can think of describing it. Like, when I tell you, like, I just, like, took so much time, like, to literally just, like, stop and, like, look around at everybody because it was just, like, insane. Like, I remember the owner of my gym and one of our coaches was there, and I could hear them being like, pick up the barbell, like, what are you doing? You're just standing." And I'm like, I wanted to turn it around and be like, "Guys, do you, like, see where we are?" Like, I'm here to just soak it in.
I
But
think that's awesome that you were able to like live in that moment and
oh, yeah. And
um
it's like it's the open, like, it matters, right? But, like, I'm gonna make quarterfinals, so, like, I mean, my score doesn't like, I'm not gonna redo the workout. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was awesome. Um,
what was it, a grip thing for you or anything specific?
Um, I would say my grip probably blew up towards the end. But also probably heart rate a little bit too. Like I was actually really sore. Like my legs were so sore. Like I was like, what happened? But I didn't really, I mean, I kind of warmed up, but like the first thruster I did was the thruster on the floor. Like
Okay.
your adrenaline is just like all over the place. And I'm like, I'm so warm right now. Like I do not need to warm up. So probably not the best idea, but whatever.
you won't say that when you're 54 like me.
That's yeah, probably. For sure.
Yeah. Well, I wanna thank you so much for jumping on with us, Rachel.
Yeah. course.
It was a joy having you here and to get a little insight into how kind of it was like in the background for the community athletes. And then you went
Yeah.
out there and killed it. And
Yeah.
we
I
as a
mean,
community
they
are proud of
treated
your
us just like
performance.
the elite.
That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let you head out of here. Just hit Lee Studio and good luck with the quarterfinals.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, thank you to Rachael Skinner, the winner of the community heat at the announcement this weekend. It was cool that she was able to jump on with us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to get her Thursday night. Let's just say her performance on the announcement was much better than her night after.
Yeah.
So how have you been?
Good. Yeah.
You celebrated an anniversary yesterday.
Friday was our anniversary.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess you could say we celebrated yesterday. Mm-hmm.
So the question is, how many Irish car bombs can a CrossFitter do and still repeat the workout?
I didn't repeat it today. So
I know.
0 is the I maybe could have. I felt better than I thought I would, but probably not 100%. I had several.
Several. We'll leave it at that. I only had one St. Patty's Day where I don't think it might not even been St. Patty's Day. Me and two buddies hit some Irish car bombs, and I lost count.
Yeah.
I think it was Michigan State, Penn State Day,
Okay.
right after Ohio State, Michigan. And so here in Columbus, they were celebrating Ohio State. I was celebrating Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Irish car bombs all around, and then
Yeah, I love them.
yeah, they're good, and they shouldn't be that good because you should stop.
Right.
So this weekend, I went to my doctor on Friday. It was good. Down 14 pounds from the first time I saw her to the second time I saw her, which has only been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So that's been awesome. And she put me on some new allergy pills to try to get my head to clear. But she said it'll be about 2 weeks before we find out how effective this is. But she's at least working with me on all that stuff instead of just shoving stuff off on me.
That's good.
So I just got my pharmacy, though. Here's my riff of the week. Pharmacies suck. She called them in Friday morning. I didn't get them till this morning.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. And it's been that way at my pharmacy for the last 6 months or so. Like they don't keep anything in stock and they just order them from the warehouse when it gets called in. Well, it's fine if it's allergy medicine, but if it's like my heart pill, like, dude.
Yeah.
So, a couple things happened this weekend before we get into your video. The owner of my gym won a High Rocks event.
Yes, she did.
Christy O'Connell went down to Houston and won by 3 minutes.
That's crazy.
I knew
kind of would expect nothing less. Yeah, I knew she'd kill it too.
And it's like one of the top 100 times of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty freaking amazing. I wish you could watch it. I tried so hard to find like a YouTube channel or whatever, but I guess High Rocks is just as bad as Masters at the games.
So I've been watching them, and I'm curious if it's because Hunter wasn't at this one or why. But like I've been watching a lot of the recent races, and it's not always his personal channel, although usually like he sets up a feed with like his two guys that he does that party whatever channel. But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of wondering why this one wasn't live streamed, because usually you can find a live stream of the event.
So there was a High Rocks Houston YouTube channel that I thought would have it, but all it had was 3-minute videos on it,
Oh, geez.
and none of them had content. They looked like they were like test runs. Kenneth says they really only stream world championships or qualifiers, it seems.
Well, the thing is, this would have been a qualifier for Christy. So now she's got her, like, I feel like these kind of are the qualifiers for those pro heats.
Yeah, and I know, like, I think Dave Hardy said, because he won too.
Yeah.
I think he said he qualified for Dubai by his win at Houston.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't understand the sport. I've watched it a few times. Like, I know what it is. But yeah, I might try to talk to Christy and see if she'll come on and explain what all it is and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I've always been reluctant to have her on the show. It's weird because, like, we have a relationship that's not media related, right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to cross that line because she's my coach. And she's been on the show at like a handful of times. So it's not like she hasn't come on, but I try to be very like selective about when and where. Yeah, I saw that the Buttery Bros were there, but I'm sure they're focused on Mal. And because she's a podium athlete, and I'm betting that Christy might get some ancillary coverage, but probably not full blown. And she has her own channel that I would hope they did something on, but Patrick competed too, and he's the cameraman.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they both competed. I didn't see where he finished, because I don't know. I guess I could look it up.
So
But it
who
would be
was
cool.
Male's partner?
Cooper Marsh.
Okay.
Which baffles me a little bit because she was with Bijan as an agent, and apparently there's been a switch.
Interesting.
So might have to dig into that and reach out to Cooper, find out what's going on. One, that he got suckered into doing a High Rocks event.
I feel like her and Christy should team up for doubles.
I don't know.
They would crush it together.
I'm sure they would. But I don't even know if like Christy has goals or if she just was like piddling around.
Yeah, that would be interesting to learn.
Yeah. So Colton broke the world record against Taylor.
You think anyone will touch it?
Well, I was surprised he only beat it by a second.
I know.
If you only beat it by a second, I don't. And I saw he did like an Ask Me Anything today, or I think it was today. And someone asked him, like, if someone beats your time, are you going to redo it? And he said, I think he said, like, if it means winning the Open or not, he would.
Okay.
Because 15 grand is 15 grand.
Yeah. Yeah. And it'd be, 70. Like, he already won the 2. He'd get another 2 for this and then the 15. So, yeah, be probably worth it.
But I think if it just was the world record, I don't think he's going to redo it.
Yeah.
But I do think he wants to win the Open.
Is he sitting in first currently?
I don't know.
Because I didn't know how bad. Like, I know he did good on point 2, especially for him, but I didn't know if that hurt him. Because, Dalen's way up there, right?
You're asking me all these questions, and I'm still trying to pull up the leaderboard.
I know. I'm pulling it up, too. Jay's in first.
Clock came in with O'Connell 61st fastest time at 1:04:37, about 6.5 minutes off the world record at 58:03, held by another CrossFitter, Lauren Weeks. And actually, correction, 62nd. And that's of all time. That's not this weekend. She won this weekend.
Yeah, right.
and I am fumbling with this. So
Yeah,
Jay Crouch
Jay-
is currently in first.
Mhm.
I do not see Colton even.
I don't either. Has he not put in this? Hold on, let me search by 0.3. Yeah, he hasn't put his time in because
Okay.
still has the 8:19 is in there.
All right. So let's look at 24.3 times so far. And that is Guillaume Briant, Fabian Benito, Austin Hatfield, Victor Hoffa, Noah Olson, Anoy Ikai. There's a Cody Anderson. BKG. Moritz Fiebig, Harry Lightfoot. Lazar Jukic. Tudor.
Wow, good for him.
Tudor, 8:59.
Good for him.
That is really like we talked about that Thursday night. People to watch because of their performance in the Open.
Yeah.
And you can't. I know the Open doesn't matter, but he's doing things well that he never did before.
Exactly.
I'm excited.
He would be.
Maybe a switch flipped for him.
He would be winning the Open if he wouldn't have gotten penalized by like 10 points.
And
That
then
sucks.
if we look at the women overall, there she is again.
Yeah. I read that somewhere. Like we may see the same two winners from 0.1 and 0.3.
Yeah, let me sort. Where the heck is this sort? Oh, come on. Oh, that is overall. So Ariel's in second.
Mm-hmm.
And she took 39th in that. So here we go. Cara Saunders with a second in that so far. Laura Horvat, Dewan Jung, Fi Sagafi, Katrina Diacomo, Jamie Simmons up there, Jessica Smith, Lexi Neely, Alex Kazan, Andrea Solberg, Trista Smith, Shelby Neal, Lena Richter, Kyra Milligan again. Everybody in the chat is saying that Ariel will redo. Train to Live says Ariel will redo at least 3 more times. I think it depends on where she'll finish in the Open and if she can make up the ground.
Yeah.
And currently she's sitting in second. That's pretty doggone good. That's 10 grand.
Yep.
All right. Well, now let's get to our weekend. I went and saw Rudy Berger do 24-3.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys, I love them to death. They're like becoming family to me. I did 2 documentaries on him last year. Got to hang out, took some pictures, made a reel, and just got to hang out and get to see people I haven't seen since last season, other than the Bergers themselves. So that was super fun. But I got to see him do it and his technique and where everything kind of went awry. But he did great. He's just so fit. The excitement was that their daughter is doing so well. She had never strung together chest to bar, and she did a butterfly, and she was doing sets unbroken.
That's insane.
During this workout. And she was doing bar muscle ups like they were her job. She came 2 reps from finishing the workout. However, Lynette, being a mom, was so engrossed in her performance, made her do 10s on the second sets for a little bit till someone came and corrected her.
Oh man. So she definitely would have finished.
Yeah. And she'd never done 65-pound thruster. So in the 14, 15, it was 45, 65.
Right.
And so, yeah, she'd never done 65-pound thrusters and knocked them out. She did, I think,
Is she
4
gonna
and 3. And then the last
Yeah.
set did a 7 unbroken.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
How much tea? Will she redo it?
I don't know. We'll see. They're a family that never redoes. Like I say, a family. Rudy has never redone a workout. And I think what she did is enough to get her to quarters. And she's
Yeah.
she's improving by so much every week. Like, what's going to happen by quarters for this girl? And she's really only 13. She just turns 14 before the games.
Mm-hmm.
So amazing. So Train to Live asks, do you guys think Tia pulled out because of her injury? Because she already didn't win Rogue and didn't want the possibility to lose to Ariel during an announcement? Because she still did the workout? I'll take her at face value and say she felt like she couldn't put on the show that the fans deserved and decided. And the stories I'm hearing on the background were that Dave actually said she shouldn't do the workout.
Right.
And that's not from Tia. That's from other people that were there.
Yeah.
That Dave was actually the one who didn't pull her, but suggested that she not do it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure she doesn't want really to show any like chinks in her armor, right? Like that's those elite athletes, like that's just not, I mean, that's not good for them and their mindset. So if she just needs to do this one on her own terms and get through the open and keep rehabbing the wrist, I'm sure there's an issue. I don't think she just was like, there's something wrong with my wrist so I can pull out. Like there's something going on.
I don't disagree. I just don't know. Is she hiding the severity of it?
Right.
Right. That's my concern. Because what I'm hearing from behind the scenes is that she gave Dave a list of movements that were hard for her or that hurt her wrist. And
Right.
without giving anything but a recommendation, Dave says, I don't think you should do it. I think you
Right.
should take this off. So
Yeah.
but I do think it is uncomfortable for her to do movements right now.
Sure. I'm sure it is.
And she would struggle. Yeah, clock. We just pulled that up. Von Rohr did get another first place.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, there's still till tomorrow night to submit scores.
And nobody's beating that.
No.
And it's Ariel's too far below to even take first. So she might as well just stick with her second place overall and get that check.
Right. Yeah, Ariel needed Van Rohr to fall down the leaderboard on this last workout. And that did not happen. But I'm interested to see this person as the stages go on, because she was injured last year, didn't compete, had a very good performance, not great, but good performance in 22. I think she finished like 50th in the world in 22.
Okay.
So took a year off for an injury, coming back and now just killing it. So I'm anxious to see quarters and semis with her.
Right. Yeah, she's a high roxer. Trying to make the switch over, I guess.
Anybody find Emily Claw?
I did not even look her up for this workout. That's a good question.
I am. For some reason, she is. Maybe didn't
She
put
doesn't
her
have
score.
scoring. No, she doesn't have scoring.
Yep.
Maybe she'll wait and put in like 10 reps below whatever the top score is so she doesn't get called out.
Carolyn said Ariel can still win worldwide without beating that girl in the workout. But I thought that with 2 first place,
she can't. Mirjam has like 39 points and Ariel has like 59.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, with that, you and Hailey did the workout on Thursday.
Yep. Right after it was released.
And Hailey will be in the foreground. You are in the background on this video. And I will share my screen. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and start her up. Looks like your countdowns. It was so funny. You guys turned your head at the exact same time.
Yeah, almost forgot that.
Almost forgot to stand behind the pull apart. You guys trying to synchro?
I don't know.
You are on a team together, right?
Yeah. No, I would not ever choose to synchro thrusters with Hailey. We are quite the opposite athletes.
So did you have a plan going in on this?
I mean, my plan was like 6'4" and 7'3", and not to go out too hot. Like I saw that was everyone's issue, just being totally blown up. So I was like trying to deliberately like stop and breathe, and break these sets up.
So Sarah Cooper says, Jamie is going team. Where the heck have I been? So Jamie is trying to do both masters and team. And probably individual too, if you asked her like privately. She's trying to win all of the things. But she is way up on the leaderboard on the Masters 40 to 44. She does have a team. They are trying to qualify for quarters. They are right on the cusp coming into this week. And we'll talk about that as we go on.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. Nick. Yes, she is. Carolyn, the math teacher, is schooling us.
Yeah, I didn't really do math. I guess I thought Ariel was higher up on this workout.
So.
Well, maybe she'll redo it then.
Okay. Well, Carolyn, we defer to you on all math. Crazy thing is I used to be a statistician for a career. Just can't do it in my head anymore. So you had this plan. Then Friday, we see Colton do the touch the wall thing to pace himself. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's a good technique? Is that something you would employ at some point in your career, or do you think it only works for him?
No, I mean, I think that's like Rich has his standard, like 1 step, 3 deep breaths move. Like I think most athletes have that kind of which I step off my mat, take a deep breath and go back up. But my default resting position is sitting down on the ground, which you will see a whole lot of in the 7-7 round. A whole lot of.
That's when we know the wheels have come off the bus completely.
Yeah.
Lex poses a great question. Do you think if the same winners win 1 and 3, there's a specific athlete type this appeals to?
Well, yeah, short levers. I mean, that's evident. That's all both of those workouts were. Range of motion. Like,
Well, you are a short athlete.
yeah, but I have very long femurs and very long arms. Thrusters are extremely slow for me.
It's always something with you, Latimer.
Well, I have a wider, like my handstand push-up with like range of motion is probably on par with like your like 5'8", 5'9" girls. At least. And I feel like some of them don't have like the same forearm size. Yeah, I have long limbs, very short torso.
I'm going to ask a silly question here. So you went with the pit crew technique as opposed to just sliding in another bar.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that you just wanted that bar, or
Yes. So 2 things. I don't love their bars at Grand Trunk, so that's my own personal barbell, and I brought a barbell from the gym for Hailey. So we brought 2 barbells. And then secondly, class is going on. So over just out in front of these 2 white lines they're doing shuttles. So I just didn't feel like we had the space to, yeah, you see they're running. I just didn't feel like we had the space or the manpower. Like, I mean, I guess we could have wheeled it in, but I don't know.
So at this point, you've upped the weight to 95.
Mm-hmm.
What's going through your head after your first set?
I would say the first set felt about what I expected it to. I think I did 5-2. You feel like somewhat okay coming off that minute rest, but immediately after those 7 thrusters, you're right back to where you were at the end of the 5 rounds. So I don't know. The way I always feel when I do thrusters, that these suck. I hate thrusters. It's not a good movement for me.
And in your opinion, there's no way to make them your friend?
I will keep doing more of them. I don't have a fast cycle speed. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've obviously with this watching this workout, like my metabolic conditioning, moving thrusters is not there. I had to do a lot of resting before I picked up the barbell. And I mean, I make the 95 look like it's like 135. Like, you can watch Hailey. It's significantly easier for her to move the 95-pound barbell.
So we've talked about Hailey's improvement from the beginning of the Open to now. Is she, because of her thrusters, is she able to catch you in this workout? Are we going to see that? Or is it your muscle ups are able to stave her off?
Yeah, my muscle ups are able to stave her off. And I truly thought my muscle ups would stave off more people. Like, I thought I'd have a better score than I did at this, which makes me want to redo it because I just feel like it's not a good score for me. But I think so like I did better, and what I've noticed, I've done a lot of like leaderboard checking between 21.3 and this workout, and like most people are a little bit slower at this workout than 21.3, except for like Ariel was like probably got like the exact same time, but I think even she would say she's fitter now than she was in 2021, right?
Yeah.
But I also feel like I'm fitter than I was in 2021, so I feel like my score should be better here than it is. Um, but I also think the density, so like in 2021, that workout was 15 front squats, 30 went toe to bar, then chest to bar, then bar muscle up. So we went front squat, 30 of the gymnastics, 15 of the thruster. And I think the density of that like set of 30 slowed so many more people down that I was able to catch back, that this back and forth of 7, I just didn't quite have that benefit.
So Sarah Cooper says 65-pound thrusters weren't bad, but I didn't make it to 95 with a laughing emoji. Carolyn asks, how's your body feeling?
It's pretty good. I was kind of sore on Friday, like just my lat. So you're gonna see it. There's like, I think I got like 2 rounds left, but so I did the 7 bar muscle ups unbroken every round except for the last 7. And I was probably could have, but I felt like my shoulder was gonna come out of socket. So I'm trying to not be too hard on myself, because like this is not an ideal workout for me to be doing right now. And I didn't wear my brace, and that was not smart. I actually like was looking at Amanda, and I have like the exact same injury. Amanda Barnhart, she even did it doing a pullover. Like you guys have seen her post, which is exactly what I did. And I think we got like a super, super similar time on this workout, probably within like 3 or 5 seconds. So I just think it's just a lot of coming down in that gymnastics. Like if I don't stay super focused and tight, like I'm just gonna pull it right out of socket. So I was like kind of resting here to hit these 7 unbroken. And then I just kind of went a little quick into that last set, and I was like, oh God. So I came down after 5 in the very last set. And then, so I would say, Lex, my body felt okay, except for my shoulder. A little bit like my biceps, a little bit of my pulling. My legs felt totally fine. And that's what I've heard from everyone else, is their legs are sore. It was just my arms and my shoulder, like my lat, especially specifically my left lat, like trying to engage it, I could feel. So yeah. Yeah, me just sitting down there again.
Train to Live says, Jamie, I'm also 40 to 44, and you are amazing and such an inspiration. Don't be hard on yourself.
I appreciate that. I know I'm hypercritical, is what it is.
That's why you got to take the wins when you get them.
Yeah, that's true. So this is my last set of thrusters.
So we're coming to the end of the workout. How did the team do?
We did okay. I think we've got like Hailey redid this on Friday and improved like 10 seconds. I told her I don't think it's worth doing it again. And like I said, I don't know if I'll redo it tomorrow. I think we're sitting in, let's see, we're currently sitting in 69th, and they take, I think, 84 or 85. So we've got 15 spaces to hold on to. It's going to be tight. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up at like 84th or 85th place.
Wow. Azariah did it today.
Azariah did it today.
And he did well.
He was one. He got 152 reps.
Okay.
We really needed another finisher. So with this workout for team, like we could have 3 10-minute scores, and then one person get like 100 and whatever, it's 174 reps, 173, and we would be below anybody who has 4. Like like I said, so we could have like 3 10-minute scores and a one rep shy, and we would be below somebody else who maybe got 3 14:59s just because they have, or 4 14:59s just because they have 4 times. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So it sort of sucks that we didn't get a 4th finisher. Jeff finished, Hailey obviously finished, and I finished. So that sort of sucks, is what it is, though. There seems to be one team member on a lot of teams that yeah, I think one of the other guys is going to retest tomorrow, Carolyn.
And
So
Carolyn's
hope,
question
I mean, if
was,
he can finish,
anyone else from the gym you can use as a score? Yeah.
yeah,
Now's the time you need that.
yeah, right. If we could get another guy to finish, that would be huge. I think we definitely would be safe.
How bad is it to retest and only improve by 10 seconds?
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating. I'm proud of her for even improving. If I would have redone this on Friday, no chance I would have improved. I probably would have quit halfway through. Like, I was just sore enough in my pullers that, like, and that's my strong suit. So, like, if that wasn't feeling like flawless, there's no way this workout would have gone better. And she said, like, when I talked to her on Friday, she said she was way sorer than she expected as well. So, for the fact that she redid it and improved is, again, incredible. And she's improved every time she's redone her workouts.
Carolyn says, honestly, 10 seconds can mean a lot of spots, though.
Yeah. Yep.
So Hailey's doing this with the team and having fun. With her scores, she would definitely make quarters, right? As an individual.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, is she going to do that?
I'm sure she'll do quarters. I would assume she will.
Yeah. What has it been like having just even a part-time training partner like that?
I love it. Yeah, it's I mean, I've always had gym, but that's different. Like, and this is, I love it. It's really fun training with her.
Because when I first met you, like, one of the things we talked about is you don't even have anybody to compare yourself to, like, anywhere remotely close to you.
Yeah.
And now you have a 3-time games athlete as a teen working out at your gym and doing team with you. Plus, it's just like someone to share the experience with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like Ronica says, like, she can see that I'm, like, happier and having more fun in the gym. And I think that's true. And Hailey's mom had messaged me like 2 weeks ago, just thanking me for, you know, like doing this with her, having, like, she's seen a renewed passion in Hailey. I thought that was incredibly sweet. That was awesome text to receive.
Yeah, that's got to be awesome for both of you, right? College years are tough for a teen girl. Like, I had one, and it's tough, and it's nice to have someone who's like a mentor through that.
Yeah.
So, so anything else? Still debating. So I'm going to put it out to the crowd. Like, so you had a good finishing score. You have a shoulder injury that you have been dealing with.
Yeah.
Better to save your shoulder and not redo tomorrow, or redo and see what you can get a couple more points for the team. Anybody in the chat want to respond? That'd be awesome. And I need to learn how to do a poll on these things.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
But the one other thing I have a small gripe about. Sarah Cooper says, full send, come out extra hot. Wad Zombie, my unqualified opinion is don't redo.
Yeah. That's Tristan already called me this morning. He doesn't want me to do it.
Andrew Sten says, don't redo, rest the shoulder. My opinion is you should rest the shoulder. I called it months ago that you're going to win the games in the 40 to 44-year-old division. And so you should make sure you're as ready as possible for that come games time. And this is actually a great advice. If you thought you could make a big jump, you would have already made your decision.
Yeah, I mean, I do think I could improve my score pretty, like, I think I should be 12 minutes flat, maybe possibly break 12 minutes. But again, it's not necessarily anything I need right this second. It's a workout I could do in after quarters, or I mean, it's a good training piece for me. Like this combo, like thrusters with anything are a problem for me, so I need to be doing more of it.
So LDY2742 says can't compete if you're hurt yourself, but if it's close, tough call. So here's the thing. As an individual, it's not close.
Correct.
You are way in
Right.
on this. It's the team that's on the bubble.
Correct.
Train to list says 100% Scott. Jamie, get ready for that top podium spot. Andrew Sten, the Open isn't where you die for points. That's what you do at the games.
I know. I'm a good team athlete like that way. I've redone every week for them.
I know. You've carried the teams week 1 and 2. You and Hailey have been killing it.
Yeah. She's crushing it. I'm so proud.
Just need to get your men tip-top shape.
Yeah, we suckered Azariah into this like last minute. He's doing great and he continues to improve. So give him a couple more weeks before quarters, and if we sneak in, I think he'll have a good showing.
Yeah,
I think he'll be better with
on getting married and stuff like that, and you guys were like, stop the wedding planning, get in here and work out.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably not the optimal way to join a team.
Right.
But we'll prepare you for a lifetime of being a teammate.
Yeah. Which he has goals to go team. Like that's his future plan. So this is a good little dry run for him.
And a dry run for the marriage as being a teammate with his wife forever. Right. Well, my last little gripe is this Heat 1 app is really upsetting me.
Now what?
Because this underdogs piece that they keep throwing in last minute, like I don't even know what's happening, and I missed the pick 2 out of the 3 weeks.
Great. I probably missed a pick too then. I didn't open it.
When I saw it come up on my YouTube, I ran into my Heat 1 app and I just missed it. I was like, dang it. Lex is going to beat me again.
I didn't pick. That's what it is.
Yeah. You and I are getting crushed.
Yeah. Heat 1 was not our focus this go around.
Yeah, I am currently 394th. I did move up from last week so far.
You're crushing me. I'm like 500 something.
But I was informed that Lex is still ahead of me.
Yeah, well, you can't win when you don't put picks in.
I know. Last year at the games, I was in the Coliseum and I couldn't get enough bandwidth to get my picks in. So, yep, that's how I lose all the time. It's just I can't get them in due to technical issues.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go rest.
Okay.
It's been fun as always. Love you guys in the crowd. You add so much to this show, and we appreciate you each and every week.
Yes, thank you.
With
guys.
that, we're going to have a discussion whether we're going to keep this Sunday night thing going a little bit or not. but it's you guys keep showing up and it keeps doing well. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
With that, we will catch everybody next time on Thursday night, on Sunday night with verses and all of that. See everybody next time. Bye, guys.